Hello. Hello. Good evening, madam.
We'll start within 5 minutes now. So we'll wait for members to be added. Okay, almost it is like a 72 plus. So welcome you all. I welcome one and all for this special online webinar by Dr. R.V. Gayatri Madam. So today topic is homeopathy cases blended with GNM understanding. Okay. So before that, I would like to say a few words about Dr. Gayatri Madam. So Dr. Gayatri Devi Madam has represented her school and state Andhra Pradesh for Asian Games Asiad in the year 1982. She is active member of Bharat Scouts and Guides, performed for Republic Day celebrations New Delhi, awardee of Sahitya Academy for Kuchipudi dance from, and she is Carnatic music sitar player with a polyglot background such as Deutsch, which is a German language, G1 and G2, MIT Innermedst Kalasi performance from Max Muller Bhavan, Gauti Institute, completed graduation from JSPS Homeopathic Medical College, Hyderabad, and Masters in Homeopathy from GD Homeopathy Medical College, Patna. So Gayatri Devi Madam served as Government Gazetted Medical Officer in combined state of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana in the notable mentions. Gayatri Madam, she is State Lady Representative in IIHP, Indian Institute of Homeopathy Physicians, Telangana, Telangana State Joint Secretary in IIHP, Executive Member of HAMAT, Homeopathic Medical Association, Telangana of India, Telangana. She is distinguished philanthropist and she is serving as medical practitioner since 29 years. She is an influential speaker, submitted her papers in many international conferences. So Dr. Gayatri Madam, as you all know, she is very active, energetic, enthusiastic, and helping in organizing events. So Madam, I would like to say a few more as I got know about the Madam, and she has so benevolent that during the COVID pandemic attack, Madam has served food for 100 people nearly for 25 days in this last 2 months. So how generous and how benevolent Madam. And I request Madam to be on the dais on online Zoom. I welcome one and all. Let's have a full advantage of this GNM. If at all, if you have got any questions, kindly leave in the general chat box. Raise your hands. And finally, we'll have the question and queries discussion. Unmute your mic after the session. Now, kindly requesting you all to mute your mic. It's pleasure to introduce Gayatri Madam. Please, Madam, will you start the session?
Thank you very much, Dr. Sridhar. You have made my day with your amazing words. It's really very good to listen something about me. But you know one thing, I was in jitters. I was in conflict for last 15-20 minutes because here the electricity was
totally shut down.
Right. Anyway, I welcome one and all for this GNM session. It's another milestone in the GNM Hyderabad chapter. I thank you who all have joined here. All bigwigs I'm seeing here. I welcome you once and again. Yeah. Coming to this session, when I was young, Sridhar, you know, when I was young, the internet was there, and after that, when we graduated and all, we just entered the homes, entered the clinics, the residences, the houses of the people on Skype and all to view. And later now, I see the internet, the world was very huge then. Now I see the complete world is in an muthi bhar mein aa gaya.
Yes,
and when now today I see internet, my goodness, we are all together in my house in one single room. See, internet has advantages and disadvantages also. So I heartily welcome you all to my room of internet. Right? We'll be admitting people, and as I have said, I'll be sharing my screen. Sridhar, I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah, you can do, madam. I mean, still not yet
Yeah.
started.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'll just do
Okay.
it.
Yeah. I welcome Dr. Varghese, sir.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I see all the
Good
dignitaries.
evening, Dr. Varghese ji, Dr. Bhutada sir.
Bhutada, sir.
I'm seeing Dr. Vashish sir also. I think even Dr. Vashish sir has joined. I'm seeing Ramdas ji. Very good
Yeah, good
evening.
evening, Ramdas, sir.
Yes, I'm trying to share my screen. Just kindly give me some time.
Yeah, madam. And even we have seen that Dr. Sajni is from London. She is online. I
Oh,
welcome you all.
great, Dr. Sajni. We are all very close to heart.
Yeah.
GNM is close to heart, and homeopath is always very close to every patient and every person. Yes, I'm sharing my screen. Sridhar, is my screen visible to you?
Yeah, visible, madam.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Doctors, we are going to talk today on the cases, banded homeopathic cases banded with GNM understanding. It is a tool which we are trying to use with our help of Dr. Vijay sir, who has first told us, and next we see Dr. Varghese ji is always teaching us GNM. Yes, I'm Dr. Gayatri Devi. As you all know, I have done my SEPH plus, and I am doing my GNM therapy test also after coming back from Austria. Right? Is my screen visible?
Yeah, madam, it is visible now. You can continue.
Yeah.
We are muting our mics.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Here are the two great people we are seeing. That is Dr. Hahnemann and Dr. Hammer. Fortunately, it is said that like birds flock together. But the eras are very different. The eras they have a huge gap of error. But you see the coincidence, Hammer is also with H and Hahnemann is H. We need to be happy seeing things and understanding ourselves. And fortunately, both these two people, the great people over here, are the allopaths by themselves, which they didn't like it. One is an allopathic doctor who has named, that is Hahnemann has named the conventional system of medicine as allopathy, and he said the system which is being run is not viable, and he just jumped to homeopathy, and he has bestowed us with such a wonderful science. And when I say about Dr. Hammer, again, next slide. Yeah. Hahnemann was born on 10th April 1755 and he has aborted on 2nd July. You all know he's an German allopath. Now, let me speak of Hammer. Hammer is a doctor, is an oncologist, a German physician. What is both in them? As I have said, like birds flock together. Unfortunately, they were not together in the era, but they aborted the heaven. Maybe they are more working out over there in heaven too on July 2nd, right? The dates coincide. They both passed away on July 2nd. And Hammer, after his son's death, he has come out of this theory, GNM, which has given him an cancer. And he said, what is that emotion? Why I'm so much disturbed? And then the scenario started. Hammer, as Hahnemann has already said, the brain, body, soul, that is the vital force is one. The same thing, psyche, the brain and the body is one unit, said by Hammer. Hammer says, I want to guide you to understanding of diseases free of fear and panic. It is very right, doctors. When a person is not feared, he will never be diseased. This is 100% true. Before I speak something, let me say one nice thing. That is, Jnanadata, I bow to you. Annadata, I bow to you. And Janmadata, I bow to you. When I said Annadata, it is my homeopathy, the profession which is feeding you. So with all my homeopath colleagues, I bow and I say, Annadata, Sukhi Bhava, that is our homeopathy. Now coming to the Jnanadata, with all my great respects to all my teachers from day one till now, every teacher who has taught me a bit, I bow to all of them. They have changed my life very miraculously. I'll be telling you. And here I say the Jnanadata, Namaskaram to the sir, who has introduced me to GNM. I was in a medical service, and when I have resigned in 2008, I had time to see what is going on. And in 2011, it was this man, my guru, Dr. Vijay sir. We had a huge meeting in Hyderabad, Satya Sai Nigam, and I'm very fortunate to meet my guru, Dr. Vijay sir, who has first taught me what is GNM. And here, next is my parents. They are all three. They are my Janmadata, Jnanadata, and Annadata. I'm not making you anyone emotional, doctors, please. Yeah, let me tell you the journey of my GNM, how it started. As we all know, predictive students, we know a bit of GNM. But I started learning GNM only after going to the Mumbai seminar of Dr. Varghese ji. Varghese ji, namaskar. Right, he deserves that. That too, Dr. Asif sir has told me to attend Mumbai seminar so that Gayatri, you will be knowing GNM. Maybe he had a vision that I will help GNM. From here, my journey has started with GNM, where I started exploring the pages of learninggnm.com. And here comes the pretty lady, that is Caroline Markelin. My goodness, she's such a wonderful lady from Austria with a great energy. She says, German new medicine is not only a new pedigree of medicine, it is also a new consciousness. It is the awareness of our organism possesses an inexhaustible creativity and remarkable self-healing capacities. That is, the self-defense mechanism which we have within us. It is the recognition that each cell of our body is endowed with an biological wisdom we share with all living beings. And she stresses that the 5 biological laws bestowed by Dr. Hammer is a matter of social responsibility and about the care of humankind. Friends, I say it is not only to the humankind, it is to the animals, it is to the plants, whichever the living organism. Every living organism has an emotion. And I'm sure even the plant in your yard has that emotion, and they are often wither off, right? And here, doctors, as I said, every step of my journey in GNM has pushed me more closer to the learninggnm.com. After seeing the Mumbai seminar, I learned about the Learning GNM, and the next thing, with my team, I have asked Praful Vijay sir, along with Dr. Varghese ji, permission that I am going to conduct an seminar with my Hyderabad chapter team. And Vijay sir readily said, you please go on. Thanks Vijay sir once again for allowing us to really explore the GNM by heart and soul. And after that, friends, here we stand before you, before my Hyderabad team. This is Dr. Satyanarayana Bhutada, Dr. Vashis, Dr. Srinivas Gupta, and Asif sir. Wonderful team of Hyderabad chapter. We have performed with all tall persons, and Varghese sir has delivered good lecture. The next thing, there I did not stop. With the help of Dr. Bhutada sir, Dr. Rajeshwari Bajaj has organized an GNM seminar for me, where I have delivered a lecture, and here you see again the support of me. Dr. Bhutada sir and Dr. Asif sir are there, and she is Dr. Rajeshwari Bajaj, who has supported the event. and we had a marvelous event where I addressed nursing students and doctors. Thank you, Mrs. Rajeshwari ji, Rajeshwari Bajaj ji. After that, again, we did not stop, friends. For the second time, we have hosted an GNM seminar in Hyderabad about the constellations. And you see all my people standing here to help me. I again bow and thank you all for assisting me to conduct the seminar in such a vast. Friends, after this, what is next? Every seminar, every bit has changed my life with GNM. Let me share that with you. Here, after the seminar in Hyderabad, Varghese ji has said, why don't you accompany to Germany? And you see me, my son, and Dr. Varghese flying there, meeting Carolyn. And I'm here with these two great international teachers, our only national teacher, and both are international teachers. Hip hip hooray to both of them. And this is the Indian team where we have joined, and this is a huge classroom of GNM seminar at Bad Ischl, Austria. Right? And after that, another milestone in my life, I have attended the Nagpur seminar. The Nagpur organizers were so cordial, and they had made their GNM seminar a huge hit. You see me here. Here, I have, with the assistance of Dr. Asif sir, Varghese sir, and Mrs. Shamin, I have declared that I am doing an Hindi translation for many people, right? These are the milestones of my GNM, which I'm traveling along with you doctors. Hope I'm not boring you. Right, coming back to the system. As an homeopath, let's just read the 12th aphorism and know what Hahnemann has said some 200 years back. It is the morbidity affected vital energy alone that produces disease, so that the morbid phenomena perceptible to our senses express at the same time all the internal change. That is to say, the whole morbid derangement of the internal dynamics. Please see here, the internal dynamics in the word, they reveal the whole disease, consequently also the disappearance and the treatment of all morbid phenomena, and of all the morbid alterations that differ from the healthy vital operations, certainly affects and necessarily implies the restoration of the integrity of the vital force, therefore the recovered health of the whole organism. So here, friends, what is it said by Dr. Hahnemann? It is the perception of a person, how he takes it, and then the internal vital force is disturbed. The same is well explained scientifically, more scientifically by Dr. Hammer. Without taking much time of yours, let's move here. This is the aura of the body where we see. It has a self-defense mechanism. When something internally disturbs, then only the body is disturbed. That is the emotion. It can be any emotion. It can be any conflict. And so, as you know, we have many conflicts, one after the other. During this session, we will definitely see the next conflicts. There are 5 things which are very, very important for learning GNM, right? The first thing is you should be very thorough with the 5 biological laws which explain how a disease enters, how the disease resolves, and if the disease is not resolving, if it is in the hanging conflict, what is going to happen, and how is the third, that is the third biological law which explains which layer, the endoderm, mesoderm, exoderm, how the organs are affected and how they are gradually recovered. And in the fourth, you see the microbes, which are not the disease-causing agents, but they are the disease-healing agents, right? And in fifth, you see the quietance. Friends, as in GNM WhatsApp group, you are all well known with all this. I'll just tell you the first DHS here. I need to take this gentleman's name. It is Breck. Breck is the son of Dr. Hammer, who has been shot unfortunately. And after that scenario, Hammer has suffered with testicular carcinoma. Hammer was in a great question. Why did I get disease? What is the emotion that has disturbed me? And then I see, after him, he has named this DHS. DHS is nothing but Drake-Hammer syndrome. That is an emotionally distressing event that we could not anticipate, unexpected, unprepared, one who was caught off guard. In order to support the organism during the unforeseen crisis, the conflict is instantly activated with a significant biological special program that runs parallelly in psyche in the brain and on the corresponding organ. How wonderfully it is explained. What you think is that is said here. One thing I would like to say, severe malnutrition, poisoning, or an injury can result in the dysfunction of an organ without DHS. Okay, DHS is not implicated over here. DHS is implicated when there is an sudden onset of some emotional disturbance, when you're suddenly trapped, where you have for example, the first biological law, the morsel, let's take in starvation conflict. A husband comes home, suddenly in the night he says, I'm divorcing you. What is the function, what is the suffering the female has? Immediately she has a fear. She may have a sexual conflict. She may have a procreation conflict, a starvation conflict, whatever it may be. Because what is this? Her liver may affect, her cervix may affect, and so on and so on. Friends, in the course of session, I'll be just telling you one after the other. And the other thing which is very important in learninggnm.com is the compass. Compass is very important, which teaches us the healing process of the body, the mechanism of healing, the sympathitocotonia, normotonia, vagotonia. All this we'll be discussing one after the other, because I want to present two beautiful cases here. I'll tell you what they are. And another point which we need to learn in learninggnm.com is the biological handedness. With that only, we can assess which organ and which side the patient is affected. Handedness determines whether the conflict impact on the right or the left side. The brain taking into the account of crossover correlation from the brain to the organ. The brain-organ relation is always univocal. This helps us to know with whom the conflict is associated at the moment of DHS. For example, if a pet dies, then we say it is left side. The mother is the left side, and something happens with the father side. But this is again, it's a correlation with which handed they are. Are they the right-hand people or the left-hand people? If they are right-hand people and the conflict is with mother and children, then it is on the left side. And if they are with the left-hand people, the same conflict with mother and children, then that would be on the right side. It is a crisscross. Please understand this so that in the further sessions of us, every doubt will be cleared. I see a few new participants are also here. It will be cleared, right? The another thing which is very important in GNM is the principle of gender, laterality, and hormone status. Hormone status was very well explained in Hyderabad seminar during the constellations, the temporal lobe, what the temporal lobe does. जो chemical लोचा बेजे में होता है ना, वो बहुत ही बुरा है. इंसान को इतना तंग करके छोड़ देता है कि क्या बोले. Yes, a person's gender, laterality, and hormone status determine whether a conflict impact is in the right or the left cortical hemisphere. The hormone status determines whether a conflict is experienced in a male or a female fashion. When I say this, doctors, it is The hormones which I am basically talking is after menopause. You see, the testosterone is increased in females, and what happens? They become males. So the right side is more dominant. Estrogen is secreted in the temporal lobe on the left side. Temporal lobe, left side, yeah, left side of the brain. And in the same pattern, the testosterone for the males is secreted on the right side. Next slide. Yeah, come on. Let me go to the case. Friends, today we are going to discuss two cases. I don't say, since it is my first webinar, I don't say it is a feast, but I am trying to share my knowledge along with you. Here, the case is, we'll be discussing about the procreation conflicts, about the ugly conflict, the gender conflict. In this case, what has happened? The patient is XYZ and 24 years female. She's an Indian, a Hindu. Economic status is low. Occupation, she's a sales girl. She's married. Her thermals are hot and handedness is right. Here, please observe the handedness. It is the right side, right? So her mother will be on the left side. Her husband is on the right side. The father is on the right side. Next. The chief complaint she has come to me is, doctors, I'm not showing her face right now. I don't want to break the suspense. I will show her face. I'll show her physique at the end. The chief complaint of this lady is primigravida, 4 months amenorrhea. Unfortunately, she has gone to the doctor as they go for the antenatal checkup. Patient says she's married 4 years back and conceived for the first time. She's been visiting doctor for antenatal checkups since 6 weeks of pregnancy. But 3 days back, when she has been to the antenatal unit, lady doctor, after ultrasounding, declared she cannot continue pregnancy as fetus is small to her dates and needs termination of pregnancy. So sad, isn't it? Being pregnant after 4 years is a good news, but she is not being given, the fetus is small. So before I present the other slide, I think everyone's mind is working. What is it? Why isn't the fetus growing? What is that which is stopping the fetus to grow? Yes, I would love to have an interaction session where we could immediately jump and answer, yes, this is this and this is this. Yeah. So what is it when we see? She either has an procreation conflict. No. She has an ugly conflict, sexual conflict. Yes. I know many people are interacting, murmuring into their hearts and souls when I'm telling you all about this. So what is it? Let me tell you, friends. When the fetus is not growing, it is the uterus, right? Uterus, endometrium. Myometrium gives support to the uterus, and endometrium is the one which nourishes, which forms the bed for the fetus. The uterus and prostate are both. It is relayed by the brainstem. Next. Yeah, we'll just go to this. Now, so now you're clear, now? Something is running in your brain. She has some ugly conflict, some gender conflict. Yes? Am I correct? Yeah. So, yeah. So here what we see in this case, the procreation, implantation conflict can also be taken place. The mating conflict, yes. What is the uterus? The organs of the female sexual organs here is uterus, fallopian tubes, ovaries, cervix, vagina, and uterine muscles. When it is the ovary, it is an loss conflict. Yes. When it is the cervix, it is the implantation conflict. When it is procreation, that is the uterus, it is again the procreation conflict. The procreation conflict is again into two, the gender conflict and the ugly conflict. One second, I'm just going to the next slide. Yeah. Uterus and fallopian tubes are controlled from the center of the brainstem. You all know pretty well. So what are the conflicts we expect here? As I have told, she has an procreation conflict. There is a general conflict and ugly conflict. I'll just tell how I have taken the case. Friends, she is a girl, a sales girl. She has 5 sisters and she is being the second daughter of the person. Here, with great difficulty, the father is a rickshaw puller, her husband is a driver. She has got married to one gentleman, but the driver who, he's a lorry driver, not a car driver. So when we speak about lorry drivers, they travel a long distance, they have many distant relationships and all. The only thing what I have asked her before the patient could say me, that's how GNM connects us with our patients. The only thing I asked her is, Amma, you don't stay, are you not in terms with your husband, or how does your husband behave with you? This was my only answer, and fatak, she came out like a bomb. She said, yes, ma'am, he is in such an idiot. He never gives me the respect which I want. This conception was with an great force from my mother-in-law, because she asked for a child, then that fellow has come to me. See how pathetic the situation of this female is. She has such an ugly conflict with him. He is refusing her. So why should she share? Why should she share? Why should she share his sperm? Why should she nourish the fetus? Aren't these questions arising in your brain? My goodness. When I said, Amma, this is because of you're not accepting your husband, the same you're not accepting the sperm which he has given you, and you're not nourishing. That's why the fetus is small to the dates. She said, that's true. That is the beauty of GNM. Please mute yourself. I am listening many sounds in the background. So as we all know, every SBS significant biological special program runs in 2 phases, provided there is a resolution of conflicts. But what is happening in a pregnancy? It is a normal progress. It has 2 phases, as the sympathetic otonia and vagotonia. When we say sympathetic otonia, what happens? The first 3 months of the pregnancy, the what do you say, what do you call that? The muscle tension increases. That is the sympathetic otonia. But the next 6 months of the pregnancy, it is all relaxed to give khuli hawa, khula pani, khula asman to the fetus to grow. So here what has happened? She is stuck. She is stuck. She is not opening to herself. The normal pregnancy is sympathetic otonia, vagotonia, and the delivery is epileptoid crisis, where the labor starts and a fetus is delivered. Like every biological program of the nature, a pregnancy progresses in 2 phases, sympathetic otonia and vagotonia. Unexpected distress, conflict activity experienced by the unborn or by the mother can therefore cause a miscarriage. See how clearly Sir Hammer has put this. If there is no from will, there is no for everything. The will is for everything. The brain, if you say, I will not do it, I'm sure the female will not accept it. Let it be anything. Another heartbreaking point is, I tell you friends, when they are in the coition, this fellow closes her face with a bedsheet. He said, I don't want to see your face. I don't want to see your face. That was what she was expressing. The main function of the uterus muscle is to hold the fetus and to aid its delivery during childbirth. The endometrium, inner lining of the uterus, grows a tissue layer rich of blood vessels to provide an optimum environment for the embryo. Embryo is such a beautiful thing working in the body. Throughout the first 3 months of pregnancy, muscle tension increases to secure newly implanted embryo. The placenta is a unique organ because it is only present during pregnancy. God is so great, no? When there is no hands, nothing to eat, He has put something else, and that nourishes. It nourishes the fetus while it is developing in the womb and is then expelled after the baby is born. The development of placenta begins during implantation of the blastocyst, that is, the first few days. The placenta is a vital connecting organ between the maternal uterus and the fetus. It supports the developing fetus in utero by supplying nutrients, eliminating waste products of the fetus, and enabling gas exchange via media. Yeah, friends, now you see this girl. She is the girl who has come to me. Of course, she's not so pretty, but she had an ugly conflict with her husband, who would say that I have just married you, I have more beautiful ladies than you. See the emotion which this girl has carried. बहुत जाती हो गया ना, बहुत सितम किया है वो दरिंदर. I don't know what would my reaction be, but I felt very sad for this girl. And she says, when he is not admitting by heart and soul, madam, why do I give birth for his generation? This was the question she asked me very pathetically. But as a woman, nature has given us that beautiful boon of giving children, right? I explained her. That was my next session where I explained her as a GNM therapist. And now, after this, both are very fine. Now, let's see what medicine I have given. Because actually they have come to me saying that they had no money for termination and they wanted my advice. So now, friends, the rubric I have taken here is, the patient is before you. The rubric and the only rubric I have taken here is fetus, general, arrested development, and I got Sekal-Kar. Hope you all agree with me. Sekal-Kar has done wonders. I have given her Sekal-Kar. Next slide. I have given her Sekal-Kar with one single rubric, doctors. You don't believe the fetus was flushed out, expelled from the uterus. And with my GNM therapy, she's yet to conceive. She did not conceive yet. But the next morning, they have called me saying that it is expelled. And that's how the things happen. When the emotion is intact and when you don't want something to be done, no one can force you on this earth to do, right? My heart is quite heavy after telling this case, because we see men who treat women as an property. We see men who treat women as only an, production machine. Or in other cases, we see women where men treat them only for money, for their salaries. My goodness, so pathetic, no? Don't say I'm speaking about only women. I know men are also very in a distressing condition with women. Right. With that, I think the first case of mine is well explained to you. How I have taken the rubric and how the GNM has helped her and what I have explained her. Shall I go for the second case?
Yeah, ma'am. Continue, please.
Yeah. Doctors, this is the second case. Here I'm showing you the patient before speaking anything. Oh God, 1 second. Yeah. The patient is again females, as we are female doctors. I have male patients also. Too many of male cases, but more of female cases and children. This female is 42 years old, female, Indian, Hindu. Economic status is quite good. She's a housewife. She has 3 children. Her thermals are ambithermal, and she is right-handed again. This female has come to me after Pushkaram. Pushkaram in Telugu means, in Sanskrit means after 12 years. I have seen this girl please note down what I have given 12 years back to this girl. I have seen this girl 12 years back. She has come to my clinic with her mother-in-law. The mother-in-law, she has conceived, she was pregnant, 3rd month pregnancy. So she was taking some treatment with me. Her mother-in-law's sister was taking some treatment with me. This girl suffered 12 years back history. I am telling doctors, 12 years back, she had abdominal pain. Abdominal pain, she conceived, 3 months gravid. She came with abdominal pain. The only thing, mother-in-law was nagging. She was saying, ये लड़की को हमने शादी करके ला लिया. They are, one thing I would like to say, it's not to hurt anyone. By caste, they are kasab. Kasab is those butchers who cut meat, mutton and sell. So by caste, they are kasab. So she has come to me saying, ये बहू को तो ला लिया हमने, ये काम ही नहीं करती, अब तो पेट से है, she is pregnant, हमेशा औंधा सोते रहती मैडम, पेट से है सो औरत कोई ऐसा औंधा सोता क्या? This was the question she asked. Then I said, why are you sleeping? Why in a pronated position? Because when fetus is there, no mother-in-law encourages. Then she said, हमेशा औंधा सोती है मैडम, क्या करना, ये बच्ची ना काम करती ना काज करती. Then I asked her, what is the problem? She said, madam, I have a light abdominal pain and off and on I have diarrhea. So what is the conflict? Then I did not know the conflict because I was not connected to GNM. This is 12 back case. The only thing, abdominal pain, then we would just think it is out of anger, according to Vijay Kusar. But this girl had the morsel conflict where she was unable to take what her mother-in-law was telling her. For this girl, in those days, I have given her Podophyllum 200 because the Podophyllum is the only drug given during pregnancy. They sleep pronated. They sleep in a pronated position. If I have the rubric, I would definitely share with you. You can check your repertories. Podophyllum is a one and only drug where they lie in an pronated position during pregnancy. Fata. After giving Podophyllum, this girl had given birth to 3 children, and after 12 years, again the mother-in-law has got her to me. Let me explain the case. Next. She is the girl over here. She is quite mild, no? She is mild. She speaks very softly. Mother of 3 children. She has 2 boys and 1 girl. Her only chief complaint when she has come to me is aphonia, loss of voice. When we say loss of voice, what are the conflicts we take? Loss of voice. And what is the organ which is affected? That is again the larynx, isn't it? Right. Next slide. I was overwhelmed after seeing the patient after 12 years. I thought I was in overconfidence. Oh, jab to hum kam kar diya, maybe hum abhi kam karenge. But friends, first time I passed, second time I failed, and third time I passed. In this case, I'm explaining you. Patient says her only complaint is loss of voice with no pain in throat. Her MIL said, during Navratri, she took regular cold water baths, suffered from dysphonia, difficulty in speaking, hoarseness in voice. It was husky, like Pardis speak. Don't mind if I'm putting these words. I have just put the patient's word. Pardis are the people who sell in the market. So they have one crude voice, larynx. They have one crude voice in their throat. So she says, ऐसा पार्जियों के जैसे बात कर रहे थे हम, हमने एलोपैथिक, हमने डॉक्टर के पास लेके गया. The treatment, he has given treatment, maybe he has given some antibiotics and painkillers and has asked some gargling mixture, which she has done. So friends, पहले तो हमने तीर मारा, तो I was in the same mood with the same confidence, same wavelength. I just said, oh, okay, हम कम कर देंगे. But it is very, very bad. The attenders misguide us. Patients are our materia medica. Attenders are the people who misguide us. I just took only four rubrics. One is loss of voice, aphonia, loss of voice that is painless. And when I asked her to show the tongue, her tongue was coated, white coated. I simply gave Antim crude because Sas was saying, the mother-in-law was saying, ये लड़की बात तो नहीं करती मैडम, लेकिन खाना खूब खाती है, बार बार खाती है, बेचारी उसको काम भी करना पड़ता है ना, तीन बच्चों की माँ है, शौहर है, घर में सास है, ससुर है, देवर है, इतने लोगों को काम करने के लिए तो इंसान को खाना जरूरी है. लेकिन that did not strike me, doctors. Her mother-in-law was ruling my brain. I just said, okay, she's hogging, so let me give her Antim crude. And I gave her Antim crude with these rubrics, since she is hot. But they have come back to me after few days. Let's just speak about the conflict over here, doctors. Yeah, shall I continue?
Yeah.
Yeah. The conflict here, the laryngeal mucosa, right? You see, it is an ectodermal origin. Sorry. You have the laryngeal muscles, the vocal cord, the trachea, where the pharynx is, the larynx joins pharynx and trachea together, right? The larynx is a part of respiratory tract and is involved in talking and swallowing. The vocal cords located within the larynx participate in the production of sound. This is why the larynx is colloquially called voice box. Yes, it is called the voice box. Originates from ectoderm and controlled from left temporal lobe. Sorry, I wrote lobe. It is lobe of cerebral cortex. Yes, doctors, you know pretty well than me. The biological conflict linked to this mucus of larynx and vocal cords in a female is scare, fright, and in male it is the territorial fear conflict.
Now let the pedanglo.
Yes? Yes, doctor? Please make yourself mute. Someone is
Please mute the
speaking.
mic, please. Continue, madam.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So let me tell something about this right side and left side. The biological conflict, when an female suffers, it is a scare, fright conflict. And when a male suffers, it is the territorial fear conflict. Dr. Hammer has given such a wonderful chart, and Dr. Caroline has shared such a wonderful work in the learninggnm.com. Please, let's go through this. Next slide. Yeah. General laterality, hormone status, biological conflict, affected organ. Fatafat, I'll just tell you this, right? Because this was very nicely discussed in Hyderabad seminar, the temporal lobe and its many actions. You see the YouTube of Hyderabad seminar, you will definitely catch Dr. Varghese Ji saying many things about it. The right-handed male, territorial fear conflict, bronchial mucosa. Left-handed male, territorial fear conflict, laryngeal mucosa. As I have explained, the right and left, the crisscross, right? And when it comes to the right hand, please just go through this slide. It is wonderful. The right-handed male, scare, fright conflict, laryngeal mucosa. Left-handed male, scare, fright conflict, bronchial mucosa. As I have told you, doctors, you just right now coming to the female. The right-handed female, scare, fright, conflict, laryngeal mucosa, right? If she is a left-handed female, she will definitely have a bronchial mucosa, because bronchial mucosa and laryngeal mucosa are in the same ring on the either side. The right-handed female, territorial fear conflict, bronchial mucosa. Left-handed female, territorial fair conflict, laryngeal mucosa. Hope I'm not going fast. So here what happens? Just open this slide up. One second. The normal hormone status, LTS, low testosterone status, but please go through the biological conflict, the chart which I am putting. Is the chart on the screen visible? Yes?
Yeah,
Is the
visible.
chart? Yeah. Okay. Here what you see, the normal hormone status is low testosterone status and low estrogen status, right? When I say it is estrogen status, it is on the left side, and when I say the testosterone status, it is on the right side. With left-handers, the conflict is transferred on the other brain hemisphere. Yes, it's a bit confusing, but we need to read learninggnm.com, and definitely Dr. Varghese will help us. Next slide. Yeah. So as I have said, laryngeal is an ectodermal organ. The biological program of the mucosa of the larynx and vocal cords follow the outer skin pattern with hyposensitivity during the conflict active phase and the epileptoid crisis and hypersensitivity in the healing phase. Actually, it was all happening nicely, but she had an hanging conflict. When the friction is लगातार वहाँ कुछ friction है, बार बार एक ही चीज दोहराते गए, डराते गए, उनके ऊपर चिल्लाते गए, तो इंसान क्या करता है? He lands in a hanging conflict and the healing process delays. Next slide. So here, this is an scare, fright conflict. Before she could tell, I gave her antim-crude. My GNM, other things went away from my brain. Only what her mother-in-law has said, I have concentrated and I have given. But antim-crude has gone in vain. She has come to me back again. Then, with my GNM knowledge, I asked her, what is it? What is the scare fright you have in your home? How does your husband behave? How does your mother-in-law behave? Because always I see your mother-in-law dominating you. Then she has opened up, this lady. Patient was fine. After antim-crude was given, patient was fine for a few days, but came back in a more worse condition. What is that hanging conflict? After probing, learned husband is very abusive. In a tussle, threatened her, saying would push her down from the 4th floor. Literally manhandled her. One point I observed during the case taking always, she spoke negatively about herself. This girl is her only daughter. So whenever I would speak to her, she is always in a negative mood. Oh, that always happens like this. I am always like this. That fellow is like this. That's why I am crying like this. Always, always. So the negativity is seen more in one drag. I'll just tell you after showing my rubrics taken. Now, with the added rubrics of antim-crude, I have applied my brain with her brain, right? Loss of voice, aphonia, loss of voice, painless, mouth white-coated tongue, cavity of mouth white-coated, loss of voice, indignation suppressed from. See, this is the thing I have taken, doctors, where her indignation, she's been always insulted by her mother-in-law, by her husband, and she had 3 sister-in-laws who would frequently visit the home, and they would always say something or the other in spite of her being good. She would say, the negative point of one more thing which I wanted to share with you is, I work very nicely. I always wait for them to give me an good kitab, good appreciation, but never I get that. It is waste saying with them. Even this is a negative thought of this lady. The other rubric I have taken here is abuse elements from. Domination by others, elements from abuse, humiliation, history of law. Friends, I have given her Staphysagria tenem, and marvelous was the case, thanks to my guru who has guided me to take the mental symptoms. She appreciated in I think in 48 hours she got her voice back. She got her voice back, and her mother-in-law's sister is my regular patient. She thanked me on phone. Hope you have enjoyed the case. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah, the rubrics I have taken, and the chart is before you, and I have given her Staphysagria, which really did miracles. One point I would say, doctors, Staphysagria is a person who always speaks negative about themselves. This is a point shared by Vijay sir, which I am sharing with you. Yeah. Next. One second. Yeah, I'm done with my cases.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Very nice case, and very you are giving the light to the GNM and homeopathic perspective. It is really great session, and I am privileged to have in this session. I got much updated with the ladies' conflicts, how they suffer, and how we should go with this concept. Dear delegates, I would like to request you all to unmute yourself, and you can ask the questions one by one, or else give a raise hand, and you can. Madam, there is one question from Anuradha Sanap.
I would ask Dr. Asif sir, Dr. Varghese sir to answer the questions, because I want them to be interactive in this session. Please.
Yeah, definitely, madam.
Yeah, I see Varghese sir, I'm seeing you. Namaste.
Yeah. Yeah,
Chetan, namaste. Yeah.
So,
yeah, please.
Yeah, this is a question from Anuradha Sanap. What will be your approach if same patient come to continue healthy pregnancy? After the first case presentation, the madam has asked, what will be your approach if same patient comes to continue healthy pregnancy?
That is a scare fright conflict you are talking, doctor?
No. The procreation, first case, regarding the first case.
Achha, procreation conflict?
Yeah.
Ugly conflict, gender conflict?
Yeah, madam.
Yeah, definitely I have explained the man. I have told him that if you want a generation, you need to be good, because a lady is a thing who makes a home for you. If you are not good with her, then it is, who is marrying her? In fact, I was very rude with him, because I am a lady activist also, where I go for counseling for the Mahila Mandal associations. So I have given him nice, tight counseling, and as a part of GNM therapy, I have told her that she's been a boon. It has been a boon to be a female on the earth, and she needs to enjoy the pregnancy, give birth, because it is a wonderful experience only a female can have. We are very fortunate that we can experience that. Even lactating, even during the labor pains and all, we forget everything. So that's how I have given her the GNM counseling. She will definitely come positive. When she is positive, I'll definitely show her face once again in the seminar.
Yeah, thank you, madam. One more from Dr. Namrata. Madam, how to treat alopecia areata?
Oh, alopecia areata is a vast topic, doctors.
Yes.
You do definitely put your queries on my mail ID. I promise we will be having regular webinar sessions from now, and all your questions will be answered. If it is alopecia, it's a vast chapter. We will definitely discuss. Be connected with me. With GNM WhatsApp groups. If you are not in GNM WhatsApp groups also, please get yourself enrolled in all the WhatsApp groups and regularly read learninggnm.com. Right?
Thank you, madam. One more from Dr. Nikita Agarwal. So, ma'am, in the first case, nourishment was lacking from mother's side for the
Yes.
unborn child. Could
Yes.
breast be affected as well?
Breast conflict is again the nest worry conflict. When we say nest worry conflict, what is nest? It is the home. Home. So breast and the fetus over here is with the procreation conflict, doctor. And when the breast is affected, again you have two, the glandular and the ductal. That is also another vast subject which I have taken the seminar in nursing college. I'll definitely do that, doctor. Please doctor मुझे remind कीजिएगा अपन और एक next webinar में we'll just do on breast nest conflicts.
Yeah, definitely.
Nest worry conflicts.
So this is from.
Please, Kaushal Kumar Jain.
Yeah, nice sir. Continue, please.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
my question is hypoplasia of uterus and ovaries. What is the conflict for that?
Hypoplasia for uterus and conflict. Yeah.
Sir, when you say the hypoplasia of uterus, what is that?
Non-development of uterus, small uterus and ovaries.
Yes, it is from the fetus itself. It is from the younger age only we see such cases, isn't it?
He could
In
not
such
develop
cases,
until 26 years of age.
yeah, 6 years of age. Sir, according to my understanding, like if we are speaking in homeopathic terms of prescribing and all, here the Dr. Vijayakar sir has also considered taking the history of the mother. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely, doctor. Please write down the point. We will deal with this session also.
What is the conflict there?
Hypoplasia of uterus.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Doctor wants the repetition of last sentence what Vijayakar sir has given regarding staphysagria.
Yeah, staphysagria is she is always reproaching. She is reproaching. When she is
You told
reproaching,
that the staphysagria will talk
negative.
about. Yeah,
She
negative about
speaks
ourselves.
negative about herself. She doesn't know what she is. She wants to be always in good books. Yes, she wants. She does everything, but she speaks. That is reapproaching. No, staphysagria. You have the rubric also reapproaching herself.
Yeah, madam.
So it's negative. Speaking herself, negative. I'm useless. I can't do anything. Everything is happening like this. I'm doing still everything is happening. She'll be telling to herself.
Yeah, this is from
Hello.
Jalpa Atri. Yeah, please continue, madam. Who is this?
Hello, I'm Dr. Shamla speaking.
Yeah, please, ma'am.
Ma'am, it was an extensive class, but this is actually to say it's new for me because, yeah, I was staying in, I'm staying right now in St. Lucia. This topic is very new to me, and rightly to say, my MSc topic was right brain dominance and left brain dominance. I just want to know, ma'am, even I have taken the handedness to see, because I'm a physiologist actually. After homeopathy, I've done physiology and PhD in physiology. So right now I'm teaching for a medical college. So how you have taken handedness to select your drug, ma'am, on homeopathy?
Yeah, it is very clearly given in the learninggnm.com website, doctor. The handedness is, suppose if a patient comes, if you directly ask few patients, they'll say with what work, which hand you generally write, which hand generally you eat. Otherwise, you have simple experiment like Dr. Carolyn has told us when we were there in the session. You just give a bottle to the patient and he will open it. If he is a right-hander, he will definitely open the bottle with an right hand. And if he is a left-hander, he will hold the bottle in right hand and he will hold it with the left hand. The other example Dr. Carolyn has given is, just observe the children also, because children we can't ask them you are righties or lefties. Generally, they slide on bikes, that is, they put an, they put a leg and they keep moving. what is that called? Like they push and they move, they slide, skating. So what they do on a single leg, if they start off with the left, they are definitely called left-handed. If they start off with the left leg, they are definitely called left-handed. And if they start off with the right, they are right-handed. Or another simple test, which is readily shows in the learninggnm.com, is ask your patient to clap. If he is a right-hander, he will just definitely clap like this. And if he is a left-hander, he will clap like this, like Amitabh Bachchan. Amitabh Bachchan is an dextro, but I'm just telling. He will clap with the left hand.
How this handedness is helping in selecting
Homeopathy.
the drug, ma'am? Yeah.
Oh, in drug. Oh, wonderful
Yes,
question, doctor. Because homeopathy, we consider all this right and left. Suppose if I am taking Argentum night is a left-sided drug, right? When I have taken Antim crude is hot by thermal, and it is right-sided drug. It is the analytical, not the brain analytical, the material medical.
Yeah, got it. So yeah, after the rubrics, whatever drug you are getting, you consider even right-handed or
Yeah, the thermals
left-handed.
and the
Left
right
side
side,
drug
left
or
side
right.
should be
Got it.
considered, doctor. Then only the right simlinum fits into the chart.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It was a good explanation. Thank you. Satisfied.
Yeah,
Thank you, ma'am.
yeah. It is already 5:15. I want Dr. Varghese to give the insight.
Sir,
I
please,
welcome Dr.
Dr. Varghese,
Varghese.
sir.
Thank you,
Where are
Dr.
you?
Peter,
Thank you, sir.
Dr. Gayatri, and all
Yes.
my friends there. Dr. Asif, Dr. Puttada, Dr. Ashish, Dr. Gupta is there.
He
My
said
hi,
he is going to be there.
Rachana, Dr. Pradeep, Dr. Sajini, and all my friends there. It's a nice opportunity I'm getting. I will not take much time because last two sessions with Pratik, and first when we celebrated the anniversary of Dr. Hammer. Also, I talk elaborately. That is not needed now. First of all, I congratulate Dr. Gayatri in a very wonderful manner. She prepared it very nicely. She was ready to answer any type of questions that would come around those areas. And it is natural that such a webinar, questions will come from different topics. For the delegates or attendees who are there, everybody should understand that it's a new medicine. New medicine means we are joining a new medical college. So most of you, I hope, are medical practitioners. So what I always say is that GNM learning is a question of unlearning what we have been knowing about. So that Dr. Hammer called it old medicine. So we are in new medicine. So therefore, the new medicine is just like entering in the new medical college. So that may take years, like. So to which level, UG level you want to go, need a continuous and thorough learning of 5.5 years. Then only you will be in a undergraduate level learner. And if you want to go take it into higher level, that is in a PG level, then again it may need 3 years of higher studies. So you are all invited to learn GNM because it's a revolutionary science. It's a wonderful science. Whether you are a homeopath or as somebody said, physiologist, any special field you have selected as your profession, there is scope for learning GNM because it's a life science. There is nothing. It is not at all a science for the medical practitioners. I always say it is not a science for homeopaths only. It is not for the medical persons because Dr. So many are there who are not medical practitioners attending, and I again reiterate to say that this is a science for the world. First of all, if you want to remain healthy, as I have to tell about this COVID scenario, if you want to remain very safe and very strong without any least scare of an infection or such a thing, you have to be, because no other science tells. I say even homeopaths are divided over over the topic of virus, because they were taught in the medical colleges where we have to make a reconsideration of all the knowledge. Therefore, as I always tell, 80% of what we have studied in homeopathic colleges were nothing but allopathy or so-called old medicine. We have to make a new understanding of everything. Therefore, it's quite natural that anybody and everybody who comes into the fold of GNM will have a lot of questions, lot of doubts. We are there to help you, because we means those who are already in it will help you. And above myself or above us is Caroline. Caroline is a guide who is a direct disciple of Dr. Hammer, who is always there. So if I'm not able to give you an immediate answer for any of your queries, I will put that query in front of Caroline when we are having monthly meetings together online, and we'll put those questions and she'll be giving always an answer for that. Nice. If anybody is not yet a member of GNM India WhatsApp groups, is requested to send a request message to any of the persons who are, including Gayatri or myself, Dr. Pratik, or Ashish, who is admin of L group, who is especially for the lay people we call non-medical practice. Anybody, you can send a request message. Of course, to me, you can send. You will be added to the baby group, that is O group. We have got 16 groups in which about 2,600 members are learning GNM. Those who are new in this group may be getting this knowledge. 2,600 persons are learning GNM in different steps, in different levels. So I request all of you to spread this knowledge, also share. Okay. And okay, with these words, once again congratulate Dr. Gayatri Devi, because I was not knowing that she is having that much of history. That much of profile is so vast and so extensive. I was not knowing, because I know her as a as many things other than that, and she calls me Chetan. I calls her a sister. So more than that, in the professional field, in the GNM field, in homeopathy, I know her as a very ardent, very studious, very enthusiastic worker or activist, as she told. So I got a new information about her profiles, and I congratulate all of you for holding this seminar, and thank you for giving me an opportunity to talk to you all. It's nice to be in touch with all of you, because we in GNM language we say it's a GNM pack. I request all of you to attend tomorrow's webinar also. That is an international webinar, support meeting, Caroline calls it, and about 100 persons from about 18 countries are attending. Now about 100 persons are every 2 weeks they are attending, and that is experienced as a very useful thing. With these few words, I thank once again, and my gratitude and thanks and gladness to interact with all of you in this fine evening. Thank you once again. Congratulations, Gayatri Devi.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, it is a wonderful words you have told, Chetan, about me. Again, it's like a boost, Bonvita Horlicks for me. I would be working double for it. And I did not answer alopecia question because it is a simple separation conflict, sir. Whoever asked me, I have lots of alopecia patients. I thought maybe I'll be showing you the cases before treatment and after treatment, and that would give an good visual, visual treat to you all. Definitely, I will do a session for alopecia, where हमारे पास गंजा बन के आए थे, उसके बाद बाल उगते आए हैं. So alopecia, as one doctor has asked, it is the origin is epidermis, and it is a separation conflict, doctor. Definitely, I am going to do a session in every disease, and I'll be showing my cases how wonderfully they are treated. And Chetan, thank you very much for your kind words. I request Dr. Buttada sir Butara sir,
Buttada
who's
sir, please.
yeah,
Buttada
Dr.
sir.
Sri, please invite Butara sir.
Yeah, sir, Buttada sir. Hello.
Open your video and unmute.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can do this thing, madam.
others should unmute themselves, mute themselves. Butara sir, yes, yeah, sir, please sir, Asif sir, invite you, Abujan.
Asif sir may not.
Asif sir is there. I have seen him. Abujan, कहाँ हो आप?
Let Archana talk, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, madam. Archana, madam, please have a few words.
Yeah, Archana, today I want your video. Okay, it's long time I have seen you, baby.
Not seen. Last time also she
No,
was
when
not
she was she was very nearer to my place when she was in Hyderabad. Now it is very far. But we are all in one room now, right now, Chetan. Yes, Archana?
Open your video, open your unmute yourself, Archana.
Hello, Dr.
Good
Archana.
evening, sir and ma'am. Good evening, everybody. It was a very nice
Video,
session, ma'am.
your video not seen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, video is there.
Hello,
Pesama.
ma'am. Case presentation was very nice, ma'am. I think people would have understood about the conflict of the fetus inside the womb also can be treated with the homeopathy. They would have understood, I think. And one doctor asked about this handedness, no, ma'am. So how is it useful in homeopathic practice? She was asking, ma'am. Hello.
Yeah.
Ma'am, predictive followers will be knowing about this pretty well. I don't know whether she is practicing predictive homeopathy or not.
She's
But
non-homeopath. She's non-homeopath. She will definitely be in touch with us.
okay, ma'am.
She's
It is
non-homeopath.
we take this handedness for the understanding about the patient's intellectual, whether he is an intellectual person or he is an emotional person. If he is his complaints are on the right side and he is a right-handed person, we usually consider them to be an intellectual person, and left-sided means we take it as emotional person, no, ma'am. So that is the thing I wanted to tell when she was asking that question, ma'am.
It was very wonderful session, doctors. I thank you all for joining me. And Dr.
Yeah, really.
Sridhar,
Thank
thanks
you,
a
ma'am, for
lot.
giving the opportunity for this to be one of the key player in this, and really privileged, ma'am. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Thank
Definitely.
you, Varghese
With
sir.
this,
Thank you, Buttada, and thank you,
I conclude the session. Please unmute yourself and say
and say
bye-bye
thank
to
you to ma'am.
all.
Bye to all.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Nice to bye all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
In a short notice, we will be having another webinar on a super subject, on super understanding, with a super understanding. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Off
ma'am.
with a Zain.
Thank you, ma'am.
Unmute
Yeah.
your sound.